All right, what's up, guys? It's Khalil back with another US30 analysis and price predictions. All right, to jump right into it, let's quickly recap what we saw occur last week. As you guys know, US30, we got that huge outflow occur after the IMF meeting where price came back down to retest 33,500. The reason for this huge outflow was as the central banker meeting, they discussed more aggressive rate hikes to combat the increase of inflation and other geopolitical issues, which is why we see this huge red area back down to these previous lows. And then to continue, so last week from there, we saw price just simply range between 33,300 and 34K. As the fear and uncertainty and doubt still continue to hold weight. We got that correction of that very hawkish news, and then a pullback down as the FUD was still in play, back down to 33,300, this level right here. And then as investors wanted to squeeze as much buyer's opportunity as possible, that's what gave us this retest, this previous low right here. Buyers still wanting to gather in positions, the slight push back up without breaking above 34K. We got a huge outflow back down and dove deeper into 33,000. So we were able to end the week outside of this previous range that we just discussed, and then came back down. We started this new week off at 33K and continued to get a push down to retest the previous lows, which I'll show you on higher time frames. 1 second. Okay, so as you can see right here, price came back down to retest the previous lows. Buyers still squeezing in positions. We didn't get that full retest and the full break below, so we got that push back up to the previous highs, and then a retest at 33,300. And now, as you can see right here, we are just ranging between 33K and 33,300, this 300 pip range. What I would like to see from this price point. All right. So what I'd want to see from here is for price to either come back up to retest 33.5 or 33.3, then continue back and dive deeper into the previous higher time frame lows and retest 32,500. And from here, if we do fail to break these previous lows right here, 1 second. So yeah, if we do fail to break these previous lows back down to 33,500 before FOMC, what we could see happen is rate hikes get priced in, and then for price to come retest 33,500 and a short-lived bounce back up to 34K or another previous high of 35,500, which would be a short-lived retest, like a short-lived bounce back up to those highs, and then from going up from there with all the news being priced in. So the IMF meetings, the geopolitical tensions, central banks looking to combat inflation, and as as positions are liquidated at these levels, so at these levels, 34K or potentially 35.5, being these historical price points, we could see a correction. And then I'll show you this on a higher time frame as well. Let me just clear this up quickly. Okay. So if we do get that, like I said, if we do get that failure to break, a retest of these previous historical price points, with all this geopolitical news, we could get the short-lived bounce back up, could continue us back down to break 32K flat, and for a continued bearish sentiment on the stock market. So continued sells back down, breaking below 32K. But in the short term, so within the next couple of weeks and towards the end of the month, I want to see price to, yes, retest 32K, push back up, retest these historical price points, and then from there we could hope to see continued sells. All right. So I want to quickly recap what occurred. So today is May 2nd. I'm going to quickly show you guys what occurred New York session today. So I'll go back down to a lower time frame. Okay. As you can see, we spent the day. So New York session today, we spent the day simply in between this 300 pip range without breaking above or below. At 9:30 on the dot is when the New York stock market opens, which is when you see that influx of volatility and movement come into the market. And then my overall bias today was for us to get that retest of the previous lows. Goodness gracious. So my overall bias today during New York was for us to get that retest of the previous lows, which we did get. Came down to retest, pushed back up to 33.3. And then from there, what I wanted us to stay in this range, leading me to then enter sell. Sorry. So yeah, once we got that rejection of 33.3, my bias was for us to come back down to retest those previous lows. Then for me entering positions as soon as we broke below here, entering a position back down to 33K. So it's about a 200 pip range. I took that trade and called it a day after that. And from there, back on the 1 hour, so yeah, from there, back on the 1 hour, came back down to retest those lows again. And from here, short term, I do want to see a push back up to 33.5 for then us to then look for sells back down to 33K, break below this level, and then sells all the way down to 32.5 in the short term. I will be back by the end of the week to recap on what occurred. I will continue to update the upcoming New York sessions, but overall higher time frames, make sure you go check out my trading view analysis, like and comment, as well as like, comment, subscribe on this video. Thank you guys for watching and continue to trade smart.